So the Cavs still firmly in rebuild mode after the departure of their big superstar. You know I'm talking about you, Richard,
Yeah,
right?
obviously.
Clearly.
Obviously.
I mean, also LeBron, but whatever. They do still have your guy, though, Kevin Love. He is averaging 19 points, 14 boards through 7 games. Now, mind you, Love signed a 4-year extension last summer, so he is under contract for about $30 million a year through 2023.
That's a bargain.
Which means he's buying dinner the next time you guys go out.
Every time.
How attractive of a trade trip would you say that Kevin is?
Well, I think it depends on the team, right? I don't think he's one of those stars that, like Bradley Beal, let's say, where you just drop him and he's that guy for your team or one of many. I think he's one of the guys that Kevin Love, depending on what your need is, what you're searching for, I think he can complement other players. I just think that he is going to be a trade piece for someone. You just don't know who and where, but he can't fit everywhere.
No, absolutely right. But I think for that teams that needs to get over the hump that says we have championship aspirations, when you look down the line, for me, one that comes to mind is Houston. You know, right now they're struggling. They're near the bottom, near the 8th spot. If you add a Kevin Love to what Westbrook and Harden, you can say, hey, they may be the ongoing favorites in the West. Who knows? I don't know, but that's an attractive piece because he doesn't fit in Cleveland.
Right. Well, I mean, he fits.
Oh, look at Little Rich.
There's an age gap. They're trying to develop.
I was going to say, it's less about fit there, just about like what they're doing.
Houston and Daryl Morey is the type of a GM that'll pull the trigger on that. If you can get a Capella or something.
Yeah, I was going to say, Capella was on the market at one point last year. There are some questions about whether he would be on the market again. There's been some questions about Portland. But look at that, because they certainly need front court help. But look at the contract. And when you kind of look at where he is over these next 4 years, and in Portland, you've got Dame Lillard under that big contract. You've got CJ McCollum already under that big contract. How much are you handicapping yourself if you trade for a guy like Kevin Love? Not so much luxury tax. Jody Allen has shown, just like her brother Paul, she's willing to pay the luxury tax. It is more about you get capped, and there's only so much depth you can add if you have 3 big stars. There's also the health issue with Kevin. You talk to him all the time. Where would you say his health is? Because there's been injury issues every season, basically, for the last few years.
There has, but sometimes when you're on a team and your team is struggling to start off, your injuries take a little bit longer to heal. Golden State.
What are you saying?
And so it's just like,
Absolutely.
I'm just saying injuries take a little bit longer. So I think like if he was in a playoff mode or a playoff contention like last season, I think he probably would have came back a little bit sooner. Golden State. And so it's like when you look at these things that happen over time, I think Kevin Love is healthy. He's ready to go. He's playing good basketball. He's in a great mental place too, right? He understands that their team's rebuilding, so he's just going out there.
Great mental place.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, I'm making money, getting numbers, I'm good. But injuries, I wouldn't say you could look at his injury history the past like year or so and say he probably could have come back a little bit sooner if they were in a playoff
Are you
push.
saying that in this league, teams keep players out for a little longer than they'd have to for injury to improve their draft position?
Yes.
No, not in this league. No, never.
Never. Didn't hear that. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.